Amazing. A booby trap that actually catches boobies. 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 Amazing.
Welcome to the Nuggcast, your source of weekly gaming news. I'm Ryan.
That was beautiful.
I'm Gabby.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Georgia.
Mixing it up.
Yeah, mixing up the
Why
order.
did you do that banshee scream while I was talking?
Oh no, maybe it's because Ryan was doing his best Team Rocket impression.
Yeah, and I'm the Pokemon in Team Rocket that just screams in the back, apparently.
Yeah, that's a good Pokemon to be.
I'm a Skitty, but also a Clefairy and a Jigglypuff.
All the pink ones.
Yeah.
Alright, so we talk about gaming news,
No.
and that's a thing that we're doing
Impossible.
right now.
I mean, but part of me wants to figure out what Pokemon we all are. Now that George has said that.
Like, okay, well, just a side note. This is a special edition of the Nugget News, or whatever this is called, the Nuggcast. Am I a Clefairy, a Jigglypuff, or a Skitty?
That's my response.
Which one am I?
You're a skitty,
Why?
because you got that funny hand thing on your tail.
Where?
Like, if you agree.
I think that Ryan is far-fetched.
I think.
Why am I a Farfetch'd?
Because you're
I
always
don't get
like
that.
peppy and like, yeah. He always does
Also,
this.
you have those eyebrows.
Ryan, you're
Yeah.
a little tank.
Yeah, that works.
No, not those titties.
Are you saying that I don't have milky titties?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
That's-
fair.
I don't know what I am. I would like to be the two-headed dragon. Or
Oh, Swaylis. I like Swaylis.
You are a ghost type.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
because they disappear and then come back and scare you. Yeah. Can I be a Sableye?
Yes,
Sableye
that
cool.
works.
You steal the gems.
And you got diamond
Nice.
eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking of D&D.
Yeah, exactly. What are you, Chris?
I didn't think this far ahead.
You.
You're the one who brought it up.
I know.
Okay. You are a
Tyrogue.
Tyrogue?
Yeah.
You, for some reason, you do look a bit like a Hitmontop.
What?
Rogue.
I think you're a Tyrogue because you have so much potential to be a fighter, but you're just not taking up on
No,
the
you're
chance.
just like, I'ma
It's
just
lot-
be a
lot of
boy.
work. Yeah, okay, I can see that.
Yeah. Okay.
And every time I've seen them in the animes, they're nice.
Yeah.
They seem pretty friendly.
But determined.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I'm a Dunsparce. Because I like Dunsparce.
He just likes Dunsparce, which call outpost to me, but also I share several traits with the Jigglypuff.
Fun fact, you're
I would
actually
think-
just a Celebi called Sour Cream.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
That works.
I would think
Guys,
you're
go
a
watch
Clefairy
Pokemon.
I agree.
because you dance under the moon a
Yeah.
lot and
I
you're
do that.
out of this world.
It's true.
Dad.
Yeah. For those witnessing this auditory medium, she just did a dab.
I said dab to imply that I
Yeah.
did a dab.
Ah. There you
I
go.
assumed
Then
it was
there's
an instruction.
So let's talk about news now
Yeah,
that we've
okay.
discussed that.
Yeah.
It was important.
It was
It
important.
was important. We needed to get the distinction out there.
Yeah.
So our first news story. So if you haven't heard of Humble, they're a charity organization. They do bundles. They've recently become a publisher and celebrated getting $100 million donated to charity, which is really cool. We don't have any of the financial details. We don't know how much they bought them for, but you can assume that is quite a sum. Humble's becoming quite a big company.
He didn't say it outright, but IGN bought Humble.
Yeah. Yeah.
And-
Oh, did I not say that?
No, you...
Okay. They
you started talking about sales.
acquired them.
IGN is just a website, aren't they?
They're a games reviewer.
Yeah,
No,
they,
yeah.
they have like a forum as well, but
Yeah.
it's not popular
Yeah.
compared to the was it GameSpot? Yeah.
GameSpot's a lot bigger.
No.
Forum-wise.
And so what Humble said is that we chose IGN because they really understand our vision, share our passion for games, and believe in our mission to promote awesome digital content while helping charity.
I feel like charity being at the end of all of that statement is awful.
Yeah,
But-
this is my concern with it.
And I get that, but having worked in hospitality and like fast food and stuff, I can tell you now that if you're trying to promote something, you put it at the end.
Yeah. But when it's a statement about
when
like
it's a
their
statement.
Well, but
you
even
shouldn't have
still,
games
if you put it at
before
the
statement.
end, it'll be the freshest in their mind.
Yeah, but when you're reading, you never make it to the fucking end.
true.
It's
I feel that's just a personal problem.
No, there's like there's a reason news articles and everything have all the most important information at the front, because we all did year 12 English here.
Right.
I'm presuming you put all the most important things you want to get across in the first kind of
Yeah.
sentence. But then
My-
they put it at the end, I'm worried.
My thing is, I have several concerns with this. If they're gonna try and skim off the top of the charity,
Yeah.
like make it a mandatory, because you can always like give stuff to Humble, and like there's a slider, so you can choose what
And
you do.
Having bought from Humble just this morning,
Mm.
nothing's changed yet.
Yes, but I believe that
But
the
we keep it,
handover
yeah.
may not be done.
We're keeping an eye on it.
Yeah. But like my concerns are the charity thing, like will it still be as much for charity as possible? And will it be for different charities? Because I know that they're really good with their charities and they research them and make sure that they're not super corrupt corporation charities a
Yeah.
lot of the time.
They won't have the same.
And I hope that that's
employees.
not I hope it's not like that.
Yeah.
But
Like
also
Ryan said, we don't have a lot of the
yeah.
details on how everything's being handed over, whether it's all the controls going to IGN or if they'll remain separate and have
yeah, well,
control just
the
pool
separation
resources.
thing is my other problem. It ties in with it because I think that they're doing this to try and compete with Steam because the Humble store does try and compete with Steam. It has the summer sales. It does all that. It provides it, but it provides DRM free, obviously, versions, but also Steam versions, and
Yeah.
it also ties in with like Xbox. Sometimes it's weird, but it does.
Yeah.
But I
Well,
worry
with,
because IGN is a
Microsoft's
review
push
site.
for like cross-platform play between
Yeah.
Xbox and PC. That makes sense.
Yeah, but I worry because it is a review site, and if they're trying to promote a game, like, because Humble has a small little publishing
Yeah.
side to it, and if they're trying to promote that, maybe they'll review it really good.
Well, so basically, the thing that worries me is why did they buy a Humble bundle? Well, why did they buy Humble? That's the thing that
Well,
concerns
because
me.
we know
because
that Humble was doing really well, so
Yeah,
that is
yeah.
it is
Well,
confusing.
Well, it's like, because Humble's doing well, right? So IGN buys them, but why would they buy them? Because there's so many things that are behind the scenes, like, now they have to walk on eggshells when it's like, oh, we're with IGN, so maybe they put IGN reviews on the games. Then it's like, oh, is it within their best interest to people to buy? Even if they're not doing it, they need to walk on eggshells. Is it going to be worth it unless they milk every possible bit of money they can out of this acquisition?
Like recently, every time one of these companies gets bought up by someone else, everyone just assumes the worst.
Yeah,
And
I
which
get
is
that.
fair, but it seems to me that it's just a good business. They're both
But
doing
who
well.
is it good business for?
IGN sees Humble is doing well. They go, okay, let's get in on this. We can make some more money. Possibly not even in a sketchy way. Just legitimately making some more money because of a good investment.
And, like, if you trust them, like, they've specifically said, so we'll continue to work independently from IGN in terms of accelerating growth and raising more money for charity. And so IGN themselves came out and said that editorial integrity is something that we take very seriously at IGN, and we're confident that we'll strike the right balance when it comes to our coverage of Humble Bundle and the games they sell.
So my
they have
question
said,
is-
hey, we're going to be fine with
Yeah.
this, but...
So that's the moral side of things. What do people actually gain from this? Like, what does each party actually gain from the merge?
What I think is going to happen, as far as the reviews are concerned, it's not going to be more favorable reviews.
I
It
wonder
might just
if
be
we'll
faster
see-
reviews.
Maybe. I wonder if we will
just to help
see
promote things.
only IGN reviews on the Humble store.
Yeah. No,
Because
that's what I
right
want.
now they have like a couple, and it like says like small little tidbits from like
Yeah.
the things at the bottom, and it has the word GameSpot a lot of the time right there.
Yeah.
So I wonder if we won't be seeing that anymore.
We might not be seeing that. They might just rearrange it so IGN's at the top.
Well, because it's a line.
Rearrange it so IGN's at the front. I don't know.
The middle would be.
All and Humble through IGN. That's just going to happen.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's going to be any major problems.
I just wonder. We'll keep you posted because at least Ryan and I, we get the Humble Monthly every month, which it's been great. I always go. Girls Who Code is my charity of choice, but 'cause it brings coding to the youths. That's what they need, obviously.
The youths need coding.
Meanwhile, I'm sitting here like, oh God, stop coding. I want a job.
Stop being better than me. You're 12.
Please do.
I actually saw an educational book, a children's book aged 3 to 6 about coding.
Yep.
It's a really cool.
There are some going off on a tangent. There are some great initiatives out there and some great pieces of software.
It was in National Geographic, just this little coding book.
It's great.
Because it's so easy to a lot of it's just understanding the logic and stuff and just having that as a kid.
Half of mine.
Programming is a skill in Sims 4.
It is.
Yeah.
Well,
That's how you know it's
shit's-
mainstream.
Yeah,
now.
exactly.
Yeah.
Half of me wants to buy that book so that I can maybe pass my coding assignment.
Oh, that'll be fun.
So an interesting thing that I've found, a lot of YouTubers recently are finding that, YouTube's they're pretty lax, but they're still in specific cases coming down on people that are not disclosing that things are ads and things like that.
Yeah.
And one of the big things that a lot of gaming YouTubers have started doing is if they've been associated with the game in any way, they don't want to have a conflict of interest. So say for example, Total Biscuit. He's been a voice actor in several games. So he says, he's a PC game reviewer. He does not review games that he has done voice acting for.
Okay.
It doesn't mean that he doesn't play it or anything.
Yeah, he just doesn't do coverage of it on his channel.
Yeah, but he
'Cause-
plays it on his channel and stuff. So he, he still is actually advertising for them because that's having it
But
in
he's
a video
not doing a
is
review.
advertised, but he doesn't
Yeah.
review.
Yeah.
But he still does advertise.
I thought you were talking about sponsorships and stuff. I was
Mm-hmm.
well, there's a great video I saw recently.
Nah, but and the thing with that is because a lot of people need to realize that even if you don't think that you'll have a bias, and no matter how editorially good you are, you will always have a hidden bias. And there are things like, for example, the fact that IGN now owns Humble. Humble is actually they're starting off. They're doing they're producing the console version for A Hat in Time. And that really gets me thinking. It's honestly, I think IGN should not cover that game because that seems editorially even though there is distance between them, that just seems so funky to me that they own the people that are creating this game and yet they're the ones giving it a review score.
Literally.
But that's also their job to review
It's-
games. If
Yeah,
they didn't
but
review
if
a game,
it's
that's going to be not going to be beneficial.
But if it's
And-
a bad port and they don't mention that, then that's a problem.
And that's where the thing gets real funky for me because it's that's where I come back to the point of why did they purchase it? If they're buying something that is inherently okay, if they're going to cover this game, it's real foggy in my mind. It's real bad for me.
I think the
but
biggest
then,
thing at the moment
you know,
is the details are so unclear. We just need to wait until A Hat in Time for console comes out, and then we'll see what happens.
But I think it's just confusing because, it is a charity organization and they're not in the red. They don't operate in the red. Well, they do operate in the red, but at the end of the year, they make their money back they make enough to employ their employees. They don't make an incredible amount of profit.
It's not profit. Yeah.
No, it's not crazy. There might be some, but it's not crazy. They're doing well, and they're doing well for charity is the thing. So I'm this is a weird move financially because I assume they have spent a lot of money.
Yeah.
To
Are they
get
going to
this.
start making a profit?
Yeah, it could be a long time for them to make profit.
Yeah.
Unless they have another motive. You know what I mean?
It could be IGN going, you're not making a profit, but you're doing a good thing. We're going to help you stay afloat.
Well, they're staying afloat.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
they're going to with a bit of profit on top, they could definitely improve services. I
Yeah.
mean, there are things there that can be improved.
Yeah.
It's obviously at this point it's we're not just going this is going to be the worst thing ever. They're going to be corrupt.
No,
this
I'm
is going to
just
be
like-
awful.
I'm wary.
We need to be wary. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
I think that's the theme of this week's podcast. Be
Just
wary.
be wary of things. Yeah.
A lot of dodgy stuff going on.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
my biggest thing about the Humble Bundle and why I love it so much is they could be making money hand over fist. Like, there's
Easily.
so
if
many,
they
like,
control where all the profits go from the
yeah,
bundles.
they control where the profit goes. Even just putting a cap so that you can't, because you can not donate any money to charity. You can not donate it to the developers. I think they I don't think it was Humble Bundle actually, but I think there was a bundle that I bought that had Day One Gary's incident in it, and so I didn't give any money to the developers and just gave it all to charity. But like there's things like that where it's just if they just like,
Yeah, they
you
put a minimum
have
on
to
there.
donate at least
Yeah.
$1 to Humble Bundle,
Like-
that completely
Yeah.
ruins like one of the greatest things about Humble Bundle. But they would make so much money from that one little change, and I don't know if
Yeah.
IGN's the company that I trust to not do
I
that.
don't
Yeah.
think they will. I still.
Yeah.
Has IGN done anything nefarious before? That's
So the one best example I can
a
think
massive
of.
problem with IGN is it's such a giant thing, and when you think IGN, correct me if I'm wrong, but you should also think Machinima.
yeah.
They own Machinima.
Do they own Machinima?
I
Oh,
believe
Machinima's
so.
dodgy as fuck.
Yeah.
Well, used to be dodgy as fuck, I should say. I don't know the current state of Machinima.
And then IGN came in and.
Oh, they saved the day.
I hope so.
Yeah, but the biggest thing that I found was there was a little bit ago, so when BioShock Infinite first came out, and this is kind of the thing that makes me worried. So what happened was BioShock Infinite specifically approached IGN and said, we will give you an advanced copy of BioShock Infinite. No other outlet will get this, only you will get this. Now, we don't know the extent of the deal that they did there, but in the week leading up to that, they wrote 3 hype pieces about BioShock Infinite and about how they will be getting the early review. From that point, there's kind of a thing where it's difficult to trust somebody's opinion that's been hyping up the game for 3
they
weeks
also
prior.
rated it very highly, but it was a very highly rated game. In
Well,
general,
yeah,
so
it's-
It's still a good
so
yeah.
it was a good game. So
It
it's
was
hard
really
to
hard.
it's hard to know.
Yeah.
But
You
if
know?
there was something wrong with
Yeah.
it, I wouldn't trust that review.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I don't blame them for taking that deal. That was a good
no.
business deal for them.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
At the end of the day, they're a business, and business is about profit. That's why we're
Yeah.
scared.
And exactly, that's my point with this. It's like, they're a business. This was an amazing business move,
Yeah.
but from a consumer standpoint, I'm kind of like, this was a little bit
Well, because
sketchy,
the thing is,
and I don't like that.
It's not an amazing business move unless they make changes.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they have to wait it out for like 4 or 5 years
Yeah.
to make. I assume we don't know the numbers, but I am estimating 4 or 5 years to make back what they paid.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. Like, they're going to be needing to make back this money somehow. You know,
It's like,
there's so
of
many
course
factors
they
we don't
can-
know.
Of
but
course, they are like a very well-off company, so it doesn't matter to them. And maybe they are like, "Hey, we'll just wait it out," but that's not business.
No.
yeah,
You know?
it's
Have to wait and see.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. That's
Yeah.
the point here.
Like
we
I
need
was
to wait
saying,
and
we
see.
have the
but-
Humble Bundle monthly, and I'll let everyone know if prices go up on that or stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, our next story, oh boy, it just keeps getting better. Battlefront 2. So, the public beta has ended, and people had a few issues with it. Most of them were just, like, kind of
Yeah.
balancing
It's a
issues and
beta.
stuff.
It'll
Yeah,
happen.
it's a beta, exactly.
Yeah.
So, one of the main things that people are complaining about is the loot boxes. So, the loot boxes, basically, they are... Have you been playing it?
I have not been playing.
Oh, okay. Alright, so... damn it. But,
I
yeah.
have a rather unique opinion on loot boxes.
Okay, so from my understanding of it, it replaces level up rewards, these loot boxes. So instead of, like, in the previous Battlefront, you gain levels, and as you gain levels, you unlock things for whichever class you were playing.
So the
in this, it's all
Overwatch
loot
style
boxes.
model?
It's
No,
closer to
these are...
Battlefield. So in Battlefield, as you level up, you unlock new weapons. Same as Call
Yeah.
of Duty, they do it.
So,
Okay.
yeah, they're not skins, they're like weapons and
Oh no,
upgrades
but I
for your
mean
character.
like, but each level you go up, you get a loot box.
Oh, well,
That's
it's
what I
just,
mean by the
yeah,
Overwatch
I don't know
one.
how often you get loot boxes, but
Okay.
it's like, in the previous version, you got these upgrades just every time you
You
leveled
had to
up,
buy
but
them
now,
with coins.
Yes, you
Mm.
get
With
points.
level up, and it was such a long time to level up that you had to play the games, the about 8 modes about 100 times each to level up, and it was really stupid, and it makes you
Okay.
really tired of the game.
So is this a positive change?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, worst change.
Yeah.
Just
So
make it easier to level up, and
Yeah.
don't make the best things at 50 when that's literally 100 hours of your stupid 8 out. Like,
Yeah.
it's ridiculously
So,
long.
so just imagine that you're trying to progress in a game, but rather than buying the things that you need, you get them randomly from loot boxes.
Oh, so like raiding.
Like
Yeah.
raiding!
Bad.
Except if you could buy the raid items, because you can buy the loot boxes.
Oh, with real people money.
With real people money. So
Yeah, that's
basically, so they've said, they've issued a
if you have
statement.
the right raid leader.
So,
You never do.
so Dice
When
issued
he
a
was
statement.
my raid leader.
Okay. Well, that's cheating.
Yeah, it is.
So Dice issued a statement saying that rest assured we're continuing to listen to you coming out of beta. And on the topic of crates, they stated that the complete system is not in the beta and will continue to be tuned over time. Their solution
Okay.
as of now is to keep the loot boxes, but have some of the better items from achievements rather than from the loot
thank God.
boxes.
Yeah, okay, that's
So it's, you still have the loot box system, but also you like
not
the better
bullshit.
stuff that you want to get is from achievements and things.
You gotta show you got the skill,
Yeah, you gotta
You
have
gotta
the
earn
skill.
them.
Yeah.
which is good. I think more in-game items need to be linked to achievements.
Yeah, I like the
I
achievement
like it. It's
system.
a nice goal.
Still not a fan of the loot box system.
I don't have a big problem with loot boxes, honestly. I think while they shouldn't have a big effect on gameplay, I can see why people would do it. I think it forces players to try new things. And that cannot be a bad thing.
I do have a counterpoint. It's gambling. Like, it's straight up gambling.
Yeah, it is gambling.
It's psychologically, it is gambling. Like,
Yeah,
that's the
it has
point.
the same dopamine.
And you're
things.
going to have the same point on every loot box, whether it's cosmetic or not.
Oh yeah, 100%.
He's talking about all loot boxes.
Yeah.
All loot boxes are, like, because the problem is, like, whether it affects in-game progression or not, the reason why it's in the game is because people buy loot boxes. People buy loot boxes because, like, for not everyone, but people have addictive
Yeah.
personalities,
Here's a
and they
take.
will
Here's a take.
roll the wheel.
The game that
as
I
to say.
play, Gabby plays as well, Love Nikki, has several systems. There's a lot of achievement outfits because there's a really big, like, and I'm in a group with 12,000 other people that play this game on Facebook, and they talk about stuff a lot. And very much people are spending the money not to craft the items, because there's a lot of things you have to work hard. It can take 2 to 3 weeks to craft this item. You can, of course, spend money to shorten that, but, 2 to 3 weeks to craft this thing. But there's also, they call it the Fantasy Pavilion or Pavilion of something. The Pavilion, which is a randomizer.
Yeah.
It's a random drop thing, RNG. And there's some really rare sets in them, and those are coveted so much higher than the dress that is literally the rarest dress in the game. Because they're just harder to get.
Yeah.
Even though they're not.
rarer?
They're not
If it's-
rarer.
okay.
That's the thing, is I have one of them. And it's just there's people that are spending literally $6,000 on the game.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was the extent.
No, yeah,
Because the one of the pavilion choices, it has every item in the game you can get. Like,
Yeah.
it just spits out something.
and it's the
from
lowest.
game.
It's the lowest rung one. You can use it to buy. You can buy gold.
Yeah.
Because there's ones that you use the gems to
Yeah.
get, and
Yeah,
those ones
your
have
in-game
specific
and your
things.
premium currency,
Yeah.
so that's standard mobile
yeah.
at
Yeah.
this point.
But it's like everything in
But
the
the
game
one
is
with gold
available
has
there.
every single thing in
Yeah.
the game, including the rarest dress in the game.
Yeah.
Which you can get for in-game gold, which you earn in-game.
Well, you
No,
can't get it for in-game gold. You gotta work for that. It's actually a competition. You have to be in the top 10 at the end of a season. intense.
There is
And,
also
like every
Yeah.
week you manage to talk about this game, and every week it just gets more and more insane.
It is.
it's
It's
insane
it's-
game.
yeah.
it's so detailed. Like George's had like rants talking about this game, and I'm
Like
like
positive rants. I love the game.
positive
Yeah, no,
rants.
yeah.
It's like this game is so in depth for a game that you initially described as it's a dress up battle game.
But that's
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah,
It's so
it
dumb.
is.
I love
It's-
it. It's so dumb. There is literally a part where you're running away from this person
Yeah.
dressed up in running clothes.
Yeah,
And you burst someone to
Yeah.
run away. There's one also, we're on the way to an event. Just wear casual clothes.
Yeah,
And
just
it's
while we
like-
get there, and then when you get to the event, you have to change into your fancy
Yeah.
clothes, because that's how people work.
Yeah.
But they're like slowly, like they're doing really well. It's actually getting a manga, and yeah,
I don't want to watch. I don't want to read that.
I'm not going to either. It's bad writing.
That sounds really fucking dumb.
Yeah, it's
I
horrible
don't even
writing.
read the story.
They voice act it though. You can download the voice acting packs.
No, thank you.
But anyway, back to the loot boxes. It's like with those kinds of free-to-play games, I don't mind it as much because the price you're paying for a free-to-play game is to be psychologically
Yeah.
tortured. Because nothing is
My
free.
whole point of
That's
bringing
fair.
it up was like the pavilion is so much more popular. I don't know how to phrase that correctly.
Yeah.
So much more popular. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, it's so much more popular because of the gambling aspect. You don't know what you're gonna get. Most of the time you get shit.
Yeah.
You know?
And you'll end up spending $6,000 on the game so you can get a special dress.
Some people.
But there's more loot box news, which is actually kind of leads into exactly what I was saying. So, a member of UK Parliament has opened up an inquiry into loot box microtransaction models in video games. So specifically, they're going to put in steps to protect vulnerable children and adults in the UK from accessing the game. So basically, they want to bring it so that it is classified as gambling so that they can put in the same laws that they have for actual gambling in the UK.
I feel like it came across the wrong way. I personally have no problem with loot boxes. They should be controlled a bit more because it can lead to problems. Much larger scale problems. But I think they definitely have a place in most, if not all, games.
Yeah, I think
For
that
some reason or another.
I think that it's a good system if there is actually if there is proper regulation on it. I don't actually have that much of a problem
My
with it.
thing is-
It's just you know that's
Well, you two aren't addictive personalities.
well
Georgia are very.
Ryan has an incredibly addictive personality. I just
me then.
keep him in check so hard.
I have to
Even though
keep
I
myself
don't,
in
I
check
don't
too.
keep myself in
Yeah.
check. It's all focused
Right.
on him
It's a
because
two-way street.
he
That's all.
spends bigger than me.
wait,
Yeah.
on what?
Oh, when you were just like, I'm gonna play Pokemon Go. I'm just gonna boop, boop, boop,
Well,
boop.
yeah, but that's not random. That's just a microtransactions.
Yeah, but you.
Yeah, he knows what he's buying.
Yeah, I know what I'm buying.
But he does have
Not
a
very
very
much.
addictive
Gambling.
person.
Yeah.
He is a gambler.
But like you.
We used to go to the arcade, and you know those ones where you put the coin in, and then
And
you
you
do
used
that.
to just
He
get
used to.
tickets?
That was his
No!
favorite. That
That's
one
not
was
a
his
game.
favorite one.
But I've won so many times on that.
Oh my god.
And
Like
so
every
has
other
he.
go, it's like
My
big
jam
win.
and things is, of course, rhythm games, but also I love Tekken. I'm very good at Tekken. I beat him every time.
Do you get
I'm-
tickets for winning tickets?
No, it's just fun.
Yeah.
I enjoy gambling, but I know when to stop. I won't eat myself out of house and home because I'm
he will.
gambling.
Yes, he will. Yes, he
No, I would not.
But you
I would not waste food money on gambling.
That's
I
not
would.
true.
I would.
And I
the
would
problem.
too, and it has happened. I waste food money on coffee though,
I
so
know
But
people
coffee's
are
food.
worse
Consumable.
than us, and they really need to. And you
Yeah.
do need regulation for it. And
Yeah.
like Australia
Like-
in particular has awful gambling. Like we
Yeah.
have an awful gambling problem, and I think it's good that the UK is looking into it because the UK is a big enough market that it ripple
Yeah.
and it will change.
my thing is also my whole standpoint on it is I think loot boxes should be cosmetic or just fun
Yeah.
items, which are essentially
I don't
cosmetic
think that should
items.
be.
I'm
Because I
looking
feel
forward
like
to when loot boxes and all that is regulated, because then we can get into
Yeah.
the actual game design
yeah, well,
point,
because
which
I
is the
think
stuff
that
I really want to talk about.
yeah. I think that you should earn your achievements, and I
Yeah.
don't think
I
that you
like
earn your
earning
achievements
stuff.
outside of the game by making real money to buy the loot boxes, you know? The loot boxes that are available exclusively with in-game money will talk. You know, I feel different about that, but typically that's not what happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
What about this? Off the top of my head, regulated stuff. So
like what?
you know, I don't know, however you want to regulate it. Same rules as casino, like over 18.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, games. If you have loot boxes, it's a game for over 18s.
Okay.
Straight up. You can buy them with in-game currency. However, they are regular drops from just playing the game.
That's fine because you, as long as you can't buy the in-game currency.
Yep.
Yeah.
Here's the bit that I think is going to trip you up. The loot boxes drop items that affect gameplay.
Well,
That's the problem I
yeah.
have in general. I don't mind things being random for looks, because that's cool. But when it's gameplay, it's literally, I feel either cheated of my achievement that I want to take, or I feel like, well, what's the point?
I think
even
as long
trying?
as it's not like a super impactful thing, like it's just like, oh, here's a weapon that's slightly better or something.
Yeah.
Because
So, like, did you guys play Black Ops 3?
No.
No. Well, in Black Ops 3, they had loot boxes you could buy for real
Because
money.
I can give
but
you
the loot boxes,
yeah.
they were standard weapons that you unlock by leveling up,
Yeah.
but they were slightly modified. So some would have a higher fire rate, but a lower and a higher recoil. Stuff like that. It affected gameplay, and it made you switch up your style and want certain items. And I think that's a really cool thing that only loot boxes can really provide.
I did actually
Like-
kind of like the system
Yeah,
that they
like
did that with.
a really
It was-
randomized experience that
My
you,
only
you
problem
are almost
is
forced
with
to
it-
adapt and try new playstyles.
My only problem with that is, and I think that would be okay as long as there is no way to like financially,
Like-
real money spend on those loot boxes. That's okay because I think that that sort of thing, and I'll use the Lovevick example that I actually experienced as this, because when you force something like that, where I actually got a super, super rare drop from one of the things,
Yep.
and I've been playing for under a month.
Yep.
And the person, I posted about it in our little forum, because I was like, what? Because it's super rare. Like, crazy rare. And someone messaged me and she's like, I've been playing since this app came out. I didn't get the address there. I have spent literally $3,000 on this game. Why do you have this? I can see what level, I was like level 20. And she just went off on me. And I understand where she was frustrated.
Yeah.
Because she's been trying to get that dress, and it is a thing where I can advance a lot faster than her now in a lot of facets of the game.
Yeah, and that's just naturally going to be a thing that happens with this system.
But honestly, I didn't deserve that dress. I didn't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
You know?
Maybe loot boxes should be regulated to the player level. I would be fine with that.
Yeah, I would like
I would
that.
be absolutely fine with
Yeah,
that.
okay.
Like a level sort
Like,
of cap,
you can
that
have
would be
your
fine.
modified guns,
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
no.
they're to your level, then you can't
Yeah.
get, like, super awesome gun.
Alright.
Yeah, I like that. Just to
There's-
make it away so that, because it was BS that I got that, and
Yeah.
she'd been playing for
Reward
so
one of the
long.
players more. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
works.
Because it just feels wrong when someone gets super lucky, and it's like, yeah, that person's lucky, good for them, but it's like, it's so disheartening.
There's definitely like a ways that they need to go for like I don't think many of the systems, like even just like Shadow of War at the moment, it's I really don't like it. Like it's
Okay.
Oh, do you have thoughts on this?
I've been sitting over my brother's shoulder watching him play Shadow of War, mostly because he won't let me. We've got the library sharing set up, so I literally just need. I can't bother downloading
won't
it.
get
It's
off
a big
it.
game. He won't get off it, so I can't even copy it off his computer. But I've been looking at it, and I've been thinking about the loot boxes and looking at the gameplay, and it's really not that big a deal, guys.
Really?
Really.
Okay.
Like, the game is perfectly fine without it. The game is completely full, and there's heaps of stuff to do without it. There is no situation where you need the loot boxes.
Okay. What do you think about the situation where to get the proper ending for the game, you need to grind for hours or buy a bunch of loot boxes to get the best orcs so that you can just win the final mission?
Having, depends on, it just comes down to how you play the game, I think. Yep. No, having, I've played a little bit. I played it at EV Expo couple weekends ago. This was like days before it came out.
Yeah.
But I was playing at about level 30, I believe, and we just did one of the raids on the castles. And it seems that you can empower your army fairly quickly and at a pretty good rate. I didn't play for long, but that's just how it appeared to me. So I don't think it's as bad as people are making it out to be. I think now that the game's out, people are gonna.
I think it
better
sets a
They
bad
could
precedent,
also
though.
possibly be like quite a curve, like once it gets towards the end, because I think
There
that's
could
the
be a
main thing
curve.
people are complaining
Like,
about. Like, it
Yeah,
takes
it could
them,
be
you
very
know.
similar to World of Warcraft. You level
Yeah.
up and all of a sudden item level is king,
Yeah.
and there are points like that gap between normal and heroic.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's I don't really like the way that they're doing it. There's also the whole thing of like because you can buy these loot boxes that get you the better orcs, you're paying money to get to essentially be able to get through the content faster and stuff because you got the better orcs.
They're lost.
But
This
then
is like
well,
a really
yeah.
similar debate in my mind to easy mode. You know? But I think it's like, should you
I think
pay
it's
for easy mode?
a paid easy mode, yeah, which adds an extra because it's kind of, to me, it feels like you're paying money to play less of the game, which I understand it is the person's choice, but also the developers are putting out a statement saying that, hey, our game is worth $. This content you're playing is worth negative money because if you want to skip through it, even people are like, oh, I don't have much time on my hands, so I can't afford to do it. This is a single player experience. You can play it at your own pace. You don't need to rush to the end.
Wait till you get on holidays.
I understand if you're behind all of your friends in a multiplayer game and you want to speed yourself up with that. That kind of makes sense to me.
I don't know. I've been playing Divinity Original Sin 2, and I was slightly behind one of my friends, and he's like, "What? You haven't done this thing yet?" It's like so no. Being behind in single player games too is still a problem.
I guess. Isn't it a multiplayer game?
It's either.
Okay. Yeah.
It's optional co-op.
No. But yeah, that's...
Well, okay. Maybe
suppose
not
that's-
completely co-op. It's very easy to kill your team.
Fair enough. But yeah,
that's definitely not a co-op game.
Yeah. But, alright, so, our next story after that is, so Discord. They've decided that they're going to be teaming up with various developers, so including, Bluehole, Mojang, Stardock,
Bluehole PUBG.
yeah, Bluehole's PUBG. So yeah, there's Minecraft, PUBG, an off-world trading company, as well as Supercell. They're the first ones
Is
that have announced
Off-World
they're going to
Trading
be.
Company like a popular game?
I'd assume so.
Okay, because I have seen it around on Steam and stuff. I think on Steam somewhere, and I'm like, it's strong.
Because a lot of people have jumped on board, but they're advertising the big
Yeah,
hitters
okay,
here,
yeah.
like
shocks
PUBG and
me.
Minecraft. So but yeah, so basically
Sleeping
what'll
on it,
happen
apparently.
is it'll be like Twitter. They'll have a tick next to the name of the server, and it's like, yep, this is a verified server. It'll be moderated by the by the community managers that get assigned to it from the developers. And yeah, so it'll be quite interesting, like the fact that it'll be moderated by people from the community, because Discord themselves doesn't actually moderate anything in Discord, but obviously a server can have people that are in charge.
There are Discord servers, that I am in, and they're moderated by the admins on the server, so it makes sense that Discord wouldn't take that role.
Well, yeah, exactly, but it's...
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's like, it seems really good. Like they've compared it to like a dev blog or like a Steam store page, except you have instant feedback from developers.
And also,
you can
I would
post your
hope that
grievances.
they might make separate rooms for people that are trying to do group things.
There are amazing communities on Discord for
exactly.
Warcraft and a bunch of other games.
Yeah.
Like Guild Wars 2, they're like, hop onto this world, let's go, let's do all the world bosses, these are the timers, let's go.
Like when I was raiding this expansion World of Warcraft, a lot of what I learned was from a group in Discord. Like there are dedicated
you have
groups.
one specifically for your class, and they teach you.
Specific class servers on Discord, and they're just amazing.
Yeah, they
I
really
think this
are.
is cool. It's a cool
It's a cool
move.
idea. Yeah.
Also, I really wish that Left 4 Dead would make a comeback so that we could be on a Discord thing in versus, so I could just smack talk the opposite team. That's
But yeah, it just seems like a really cool and logical move, honestly. But it's apparently it's really easy to sign up as well. They just have a link on their website, so we're probably going to be seeing this for a lot of games now.
That's
cool.
And it's
cool.
really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
good job.
good job.
Discord.
Discord
I don't know who
now
their
has-
parent company is.
Yeah.
We got a positive news thing this week.
We got a positive news thing. Now let's get into the worst news.
Yeah.
Well, Discord
Oh,
also
boy.
has screen share
Yeah, it
now.
does.
Yes, it does.
And video chat.
So who even needs
I mean,
Skype?
Skype is dead.
It's
So I
dead.
haven't opened Skype in
no.
years.
Yeah.
In Skype's defense,
Business
well,
people
It's
use
so
the Australian
clunky.
internet just can't handle either
But
of it.
the program is so clunky.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll miss those sounds though.
Yeah.
Do.
Oh my gosh.
I won't.
So, yep, let's get into the even worse news. So, in the world of not games, there's been a bit of a situation at the moment that people might know about. So, with Hollywood executive Harvey Weinstein, he sexually
Former
harassed
Hollywood executive.
former
Yeah.
Hollywood, yeah,
Former Academy.
yeah,
Former husband.
yeah. Whew.
Former mostly everything he
Yeah,
used to be.
former
Yeah.
respected human being.
Yeah.
don't know.
I don't know about that.
Let's
He
Okay.
was
Okay.
by
Yeah.
so many people.
Have you seen a picture of him? He looks like the Goblin King from Hobbit.
Yeah, he
does.
does. Yeah.
He
Like he straight up
truly
looks
does.
like that. And he thinks women are gonna like him.
Yeah.
So,
anyway, the
well,
thing is, he was
yeah.
just.
Well,
it's a power play.
Yeah.
Is what he was doing. I'm
well,
talking
yeah.
about him.
Yeah. But basically, well, I haven't even spoke about what he did. He sexually harassed female members of the industry. He exploited his power, and many people came out and told their stories about it, and they've encouraged other people to do so.
Particularly a lot of really young underage actresses now. Well, they were underage at the time.
Yeah.
There's even the hashtag at the moment. I think it's Me Too. Is that the
Yes.
thing?
Yes.
Yeah, which is a really great movement. And from that, that's where the gaming news comes in. So David Bullard, he's a former environment designer for Naughty Dog. He came out with his own allegations. He had a series of tweets, which they're quite long, but I feel like we should read them out.
Links will be in the description. for this.
Yeah, there'll be links and stuff so that you can
Yeah.
read it yourself. But I'll quickly read this out as much as I can.
Yeah, I think just. Yeah.
A general rundown.
Yeah. So basically, so this is from his series of tweets. In late 2015, I was sexually harassed at Naughty Dog by a lead. My work environment became extremely toxic afterwards. In February 2016, I had a mental breakdown at work and Sony PlayStation HR became involved. When I told them about the harassment, they ended the call and fired me the next day. They cited the company was moving in a different direction and my job was no longer needed. They tried to silence me by offering me...
Environment.
Yeah, he's an environment designer.
Yeah, we no longer need environments.
I mean, aren't they just making FIFA now? They can use Glossiers.
Oh my god.
Jeez. They tried
We'll get
to...
to that later.
Yeah. They tried to silence me by offering $20,000 if I signed a letter agreeing to the termination as well as not to discuss it with anyone. I declined to sign. I've been
A gag order.
unemployed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I got
again. I declined to sign. I've been unemployed for 17 months since. When interviewers asked why I left Naughty Dog, I say I was burned out by the crunch, ashamed to get to the root of the problem of being sexually harassed. I'm speaking out now because of the strength I've seen from others coming forwards from their experiences in the TV/film industry. This is the hardest thing I've ever done, and I will not let this kill my drive or love for the video game industry, my passions, or life.
Yeah.
So,
And this is just like it's a really shitty situation. It's
yeah.
it's like it happens across the board in every industry, but I know that in the film and the gaming industry, it's wild.
Yeah.
It's crazy up there. And you know, I'm really glad that he's come forward
Also,
because
don't read the replies to that because
No, it's really bad.
Yeah,
it's
it's
super bad. People want
it's
evidence,
bad.
and you can't
yeah,
evidence.
you can't like if somebody touches you inappropriately or does something,
They don't
you
have
have no evidence, especially if the company that has any security footage
Yeah.
available is not willing to cooperate with you, which leads me to believe that it was someone important
Yeah.
that did this as
Yeah,
well.
well, didn't he say it was like a project leader or...
Yeah, so he said
Yeah.
it's a lead. People have done some digging, but it's basically there was 2 leads on this particular project. They haven't disclosed the names for
Yeah.
reasons that they are probably being investigated.
But the thing is, Naughty
It's-
Dog came out and said, we don't have history of this.
Yeah.
We don't have history
Yeah,
of
I find it very unlikely that anyone's being investigated.
Yeah.
Actually,
They
Yeah.
can afford to lie this much.
unfortunately, it's just the thing that happens is they convince somebody to not go anywhere, and they don't internally reprimand anybody.
Yeah.
So they convince people, don't go to the police, don't go to the police. It's, you know how they'll treat you. And it is a big thing with, victims of this. That, they're scared to come forward because they're like, well, people are going to think less of me. They're going to think, especially men tend to think that they're weak and they did something wrong.
Yeah.
Well, everyone thinks that they did something wrong sort of thing. But,
But it's like a toxic masculinity.
yeah,
thing.
exactly.
That's what I got. Yeah.
They're like my peers won't respect me, whereas women's more like they never respected me, so now I'm just exactly what they said.
Yeah.
But with men, it's like I've lost all respect, I've lost all my worth, sort of thing, typically. And it's really hard for the people to come out, and it's just being met with such disgusting.
Yeah.
And there's some things like I think honestly one of the best things to come from this entire thing, not that
Yeah.
it's a good situation, but this isn't games, but specifically Terry Crews coming forward
Yeah,
really
Booking is
shows people
heavily in
this
the
can
games.
happen. Yeah,
Happen
but
in
it's
any-
also with that kind of the mindset
You
that
look at
people
him.
have about how it's
Yeah.
men are weak and stuff. Then of why didn't you come forwards earlier? Nobody is calling Terry Crews weak.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's come forwards has really just been it
Like,
really
too
puts it
often-
into perspective for
too
the people
often
that
these
think
are
that
power
way.
plays.
Yeah.
These
it's
are.
power,
This
yeah.
is power, and it's if you speak out, I'll blacklist you, which is what has happened.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's
No,
happened.
He
how long
has
did
been
they say,
blacklisted.
17 months?
Yeah, 17
He's
months
dead.
unemployed.
He's gone.
Yeah.
He needs
the
to
thing,
move.
I was reading the replies on Twitter, and someone did offer him a job. And there has been journalists who are like, if you want to talk about to someone,
That's really
which
good.
is, which is good because
Which is, and I really like that. It's wonderful for him, but it's also wonderful
but
to
that's
show other
through
people.
1,000 people saying,
Yeah.
why didn't you come forward? Why didn't you
Yeah,
name them this? If this is
You
not-
would have come forward at the time if it really happened.
Also-
You're just doing this to get a job.
There's an awful fucking word that's being said is if this happened, if really,
Yeah.
and it's like no, this happened.
Yeah.
You have
And
to.
it's a really horrible thing that happens so much.
Yeah.
And it's like, sure, why? Why would There is no point
to
they aren't attracted to you. No one would be attracted to you, and it's not about attraction.
It's not about attraction. It's absolutely a power move,
Yeah,
especially
there's-
if it's a lead.
If typically in any sexual harassment case, it's not about attraction.
Yeah.
Anybody who looks like anything can get sexually harassed.
Yeah.
It's just you can be literally a -3. And you can be self-rating a -3.
Well, they'll pick them.
Yeah,
Because
but they
they'll
will
be
because
easy target,
they won't believe you.
Yeah.
People are less likely to believe you.
Yeah.
And but see,
My
even if you're
phallic, fuck you, fucking bitch. Sorry. The actress from Big Bang Theory came up with had a New York article open letter who literally said I didn't get sexually harassed because I'm ugly. And maybe if you dressed
you did it
more-
because you're lucky.
Yeah. She's lucky. Also, I wouldn't want to fucking go near you, bitch.
She has some opinion.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
she's an anti-vaxxer. Is that the same
Your
person
girl is
that I'm?
shook.
I know her opinions
She's
on
like
polygamy.
she's like an
Yeah,
actual.
polygamy.
And to
Yeah.
her credit, she did make a follow-up video saying,
Yeah, but
I'm
also
sorry,
she
but
should
also
be.
she kind of shout on the people at the same time.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm
If
sorry.
it's
But
the
also
person I think it is, she is actually a neurobiologist
No, she is a
and an anti-vaxxer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a neuroscientist.
Neuroscientist, yeah.
She's a fuck.
Yeah. But
This isn't the only bullshit
No,
she's ever pulled.
no,
though.
there's a lot of stuff.
Like, she is
She's
just-
got some personal problems, I believe.
Yeah.
But bring it
Yeah.
back to this story.
Well, it's this,
Yeah.
do you have a thing?
Well, I was just gonna say, like, before we get too
Yeah.
far
Well, this
off of
happened
it,
to a guy that is an environmental artist who's been working in the industry. This is a guy that
Yeah,
happened
I didn't want to
imagine
say
what
it.
happened-
I didn't want to say
Yeah.
it, but like if I
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
if somebody else, if a woman in the industry had said it, this would not. We wouldn't be talking about
I
it.
go and go to
We-
a
Or
HR
at
and
the
say,
very least,
I don't
we'd be
think-
having a completely different conversation.
yeah.
well,
I don't think we'd be talking about it because I don't think we would have heard about it. Is
No.
the thing.
the
Well,
thing is,
it took 3 days for this news story to break.
Yeah.
I saw this on Twitter. It took 3 days for them to get this news story. I didn't think they would, to be honest, but
Yeah.
they did.
It took
That's
ages.
just kind of a,
Well,
a
it-
thing about my thoughts on the industry, I guess. But
In defense of that, it is kind of a touchy subject, so you need to be careful.
Not with a news cycle at the moment, where it's
No.
literally every little sexual assault thing is being broadcasted
Yeah.
because that is what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And so what I was going to say is backing off when Gabby was talking about their statement. So basically what they said was, we've not found, so this is from Naughty Dog, they said, we've not found any evidence of having received allegations from Mr. Bullard that he had been harassed in any way
went to
by
Sony.
at Naughty Dog or Sony Interactive Entertainment. And then they also said, we've always taken, we have and always will take reports of sexual harassment and other workplace grievances very seriously. We value every single person that works at Naughty Dog and Sony Interactive Entertainment. So that was their
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
thing
a lie.
about what
You
happened.
see, the thing is, I've had some quite personal experiences with sexual harassment, but I've had an experience where a co-worker of mine, he was a French traveler, and he came and worked at a company that I worked with, and this girl was obsessed with him. We were quite good friends, and she was crazy obsessed with him. Like, she hated me because I was friends with him and did awful things to me. But one day she worked with him on a cocktail gig real late at night, and she felt him up in the staircase when he did not consent. He had a fiancée in France, and he was not okay with it, and the company didn't care.
Yeah, no. This
Like, he
is
was
a-
telling me they just
this
didn't
is-
care.
This is just a fucking lie.
Yeah.
And that's what I was saying. If this was a woman, we wouldn't have heard about it. Because they wouldn't fire her. They'd be like, just get over it. Like, because women would be like, oh, they're not going to do anything about
Yeah,
it. There's
because
no
it's
point.
not a threat. It's
Yeah.
just this, just silence is not a threat. When it happens to a man, it's equally as terrible, but
It's not.
it is a threat to their
Yeah.
a public appearance
Yeah.
because people actually listen to them.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the short of
That's
it.
some gender.
But like, hopefully,
Yeah.
hopefully, like seeing all these like actresses, but then also seeing David.
David
yeah,
Ballard,
David.
Yeah, but yeah, it's seeing him come out and that it's scary because he was unemployed for 17 months, but
Yeah.
now that he has spoken out about it, and I hope it does encourage people to speak up when they need to, and if your workplace doesn't do anything about it, you need to go to the police.
Yeah.
You don't have to press charges, but you can still file a report and not press charges if that's how you feel.
Yeah.
You know?
And this is like, it's a good thing that this is coming up in the film and television industry, and I'm quite happy that it's coming forward into the games industry now, so
Yeah,
that
well, I
if this
think
stuff
they're,
is happening,
like,
we
they're
can
quite
overlapping.
we can
linked,
weed
yeah.
it out. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I think, there needs to be stricter in everywhere. There needs to be stricter policies.
Yeah.
And
Because,
actually have stuff in place and have support.
Yeah.
And this is what happened. Like, this happened while you were here. Oh, it happened to you while you were working for us.
Yeah.
Here's the psychiatrist that would provide you. Because when I worked at a supermarket company here, we actually had 10 free therapy sessions that you could use
Oh.
whenever you needed it,
Oh.
which was really nice.
Probably
But
you
that
going
is
to work
a
in
minority.
yeah.
But that's not the case everywhere, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And we have more bad news story.
Yeah.
Gaming news is never fun, guys.
Oh, it can be.
It can be.
Not this week.
Yeah, no.
No.
So, our first story is, the director of Dragon Age, Mike Laidlaw, he's left BioWare, saying just, it's time to move on. It's been working there for 14 years.
Also,
Yeah. So I know
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been there 14 years. He worked on Jade Empire. He's been a designer, and he was the creative director for, I think, Dragon Age 3. I don't know, Dragon Age 2. And this is about in the same year that David Gator went, who's been working there for 17 years, who wrote Dorian, who was the first pure gay boy.
Baby.
Yeah, companion. But he was the lead veteran writer, and he left after 17 years and they worked on Mass Effect, Dragon Age, and Jade Empire.
So what is happening is EA is taking them, like sucking the life out of BioWare, and people are falling off.
Just also,
And the thing is,
EA this week.
there are reports of a 4th Dragon Age being made right now, and they've left before
Really?
production.
I truly, like, knowing creative people, there's no way that he left unless he was forced. Like,
It's either he knows that they're going to be dissolved,
yeah,
because
perhaps the
Yeah,
same
that's
thing.
why I was
Like,
surprised
they're
that they
being
said
dissolved.
there's being a
Perhaps the
fourth.
similar thing to, what was it called? The Mass Effect Andromeda is happening. Like,
yeah.
set up to fail.
They saw the writing on the wall, and they're just like, because he said, I want to go focus on what makes me love games and stuff. And I'm like,
I mean-
Dragon Age doesn't make you love games. The
Yeah.
series you've been working on for 14 years.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not necessarily the case, though. I mean, it's
But
very
possible.
Like, people get burned out of the same thing.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
surprised
No, yeah,
Bethesda
but this is
still
such,
so
like-
invested in Skyrim.
Yeah, having such like a just freedom in your writing, in the position where like definitely he loves those characters.
no,
Like,
there is it's really weird that the main 2 creative
Yeah.
directors of Dragon Age are gone.
like
Before
they love
Dragon
it.
Age,
They love Dragon
they,
Age.
If you, I've been following them for years, and it's just like, oh, it's fucked. This is going to be a bad game, and I can hardly blame them for selling
Yeah,
me the
for
true
us-
ending as a DLC.
You know what I would love?
Yeah, that-
Like, going to what they said about, going back to what I love about games, I'd love one of those, just indie developers to pop up that are made from just all industry veterans, and they always just come out and bring out, they're like, boom,
like
here's a
the
fucking
Molasses-
awesome indie game.
Like
Yeah.
the molasses
Like
flood.
the
with
Molasses
Flame in the
Flood.
flood.
Yeah. Like there's
Please play it, it's
some
my-
great games that have come from
don't know
that,
why I'm,
and
like,
that's
The biggest advocate for
I
that.
actually, and we'll get to this news story in a second, but we were joking around in the group chat about EA purchasing out of the shed. And it's like, yep, I'd let them do it and then leave and then make more games with EA's drug money.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's what's happening. I think,
Yeah.
That definitely sounds like what the deal is.
yeah.
Like,
think
I
people
imagine
are
it was a hard decision to leave your IP because that's like it's theirs. It's
their
everyone
IP,
who
yeah.
created
Yeah,
it.
and
They've
they've
been there
been
since
working
the
on it
beginning.
for ages.
Like,
Yeah.
the thing is, they've worked it since birth. And they've worked on the comic book. Like, Dragon Age and
Yeah.
Mass Effect are fucking huge.
Yeah,
Are so big.
like
and they've worked-
multimedia. It's just
yeah, they've literally put their hands on everything with it. So to think they've left it.
Do you
is
know one of
literally not-
the original ways, because I was a person that missed Game Grumps happening, one of the ways I found Game Grumps was because they hired Commander Holly to cosplay for Dragon Age, and like they based one of the characters around her design,
Yeah.
and that's how I found Game Grumps through her.
They also did Felicia Day's character.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
literally just Felicia Day as
And
an
you know
elf.
she is my wife.
Yeah.
So it's just Felicia Day. Felicia Day is an elf.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right,
literally
we know
it's her.
this.
It's
Yeah.
Her
literally
daughter's name is Calliope, so
Oh,
confirmed.
shit.
Yeah.
See, now I need to go play Dragon Age just for Felicia Day. God damn it.
yeah. But it's just
Well,
it's
it's
really
just starting to
sad.
save money.
Yeah.
Fool.
So but as Chris mentioned, the EA Vampire, another EA studio that's on the chopping block, Visceral.
I wouldn't say it's on the chopping block.
It's
as
gone.
Much as the axe is coming down.
Yeah. So basically they decided that they're going in a different direction for the new Star Wars game that they were working on, which was described to be like an Uncharted style Star Wars game, which sounded pretty cool.
That sounds so good.
Yeah, I would play it.
It's apparently they want a different direction with significant changes, and so
I'm gonna during this article, I'm going to interrupt a few times and just compare it
Oh, yeah.
to when.
I'm pretty much done.
Oh yeah, like it's a pretty short.
It's
thing.
pretty short. It's just we want to
Plenty
make
to
fun
talk
of
about.
EA.
Yeah. What was it called? I've completely forgotten the name now.
I'm really sad I want this game to be made, but I don't think it's going to be as good now.
No, there's no way.
There's no way.
When you root
Was
out the
the best
people
of
that are
this?
passionate and will fight you on doing the cheapest
The
way
thing is,
possible,
they are.
it's never going to be
They've
as good.
split the entire studio up into different groups. Like no one originally on it is on
Yeah.
this one. I don't think.
And that's the thing, is they want to manufacture the cheapest game that will make the most buck
Yeah. And
in the
it's Star
shortest
Wars,
amount of
yeah.
time. And that is Star Wars, but it's like it's any IP that they see and they acquire the company and they let them have a little bit of success and then they take
Yeah.
them. And that's just what is happening, like just across the board.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, so we're gonna make Dragon Age 4, but you have to buy it in chapters. And this
So
is my
it's gonna-
prediction.
yeah. I can't
And
wait
also
until
you have
2030.
to like purchase 2030, yeah.
2030 is going to be Square Enix, BioWare. Not BioWare, EA, Square Enix, and what's another big...
Oh my God.
Just Sony.
So,
Sony.
and if anybody thinks that we're being a little bit overdramatic, here's the ones that have currently been killed and left for dead
okay.
by
Yeah.
EA. We have Maxis, Bullfrog, Westwood, and Pandemic. Now
Pandemic.
we've got Visceral.
That's the one I was thinking of. You were saying that they wanted to make a creative change in the Star Wars one. It's very similar. Pandemic were working on a Batman title, and it was originally a linear game. And then EA is like, hey, we want this as an open world game, and it needs to come out now.
Yep. And it's just what happens. They as Georgia says, they get set up to fail, and then once they fail, they're like, well, you guys suck, so we're gonna grab all of the good people from you and just discard the husk. And
But
then
the people with
it's-
any dignity leave.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Technically.
And that's-
They're writing on... Yeah, it's writing on the wall.
I forgot the name of it again.
Forgot the
Pandemic?
name. Pandemic.
Technically, Pandemic could make a return.
Yeah.
EA still owns.
They own the
license
licensing and
license
stuff.
to it, so-
Yeah.
Yeah,
It won't be
that's what
the
they
same.
do, is
Yeah.
they just hold it. They,
Yeah.
they won't,
Yeah.
they're not letting anyone else have it.
It's
But
kinda
they're not
like
using
Sony with
it.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Or Microsoft with Rare. It's
Yeah.
like it's
Yeah.
it's just it's Rare in name
Oh
only.
my god, please
Oh,
just
yeah.
make another
there's
Viva
a good-
Pinata
It's
game.
like there are rare games on the SNES. I'm having so
Maybe.
much fun. I
Maybe.
picked one up at EV Expo.
Ah,
the
the
SNES Mini.
SNES
oh my
Mini.
god.
Well, we don't have any
Exactly.
news stories, so if people want to start talking about what they've been playing this
Yeah.
week, I assume you've been playing a bunch of classic
For
games.
the last couple of weeks, I've just been playing classic games. Donkey
Hell
Kong
yeah.
Country, Final Fantasy. Oh, which one was it?
It's
4,
it's
3.
one of them.
An early one. Star Fox and Star Fox 2. Star Fox 2 is really fun.
It's really fun.
Oh my god.
Ah.
It's first person, which threw me off at the beginning, but it's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's great.
You're
Just
playing
loving all
Love
of it.
Nikki.
Yeah.
Oh, I played a little bit of Overwatch.
Yeah,
But
I
Yeah.
did the
I got
same.
burnt
There
out
we go.
immediately.
That's your Overwatch mention.
That's like,
Well, no, I've
Halloween
played
was-
Mercy now, so we need to discuss.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
I've been waiting for this
I
moment.
played the Halloween event. They used to have an easy mode. Now it's just normal.
Good.
Normal, hard, whatever.
So easy.
I got Anna, and then I got. Anna
I
the
always
first
play
time-
Anna.
No, but my soldier didn't put down his healing pod at all.
Selfish.
So I didn't. We all
Selfish.
died on normal, which is embarrassing.
Have any of you guys managed to get the loot box from Endless Mode yet? Because
Yes.
I can't get it.
Oh.
My teams have just been so bad every time. I
Ryan
just
is
cannot do it.
notoriously bad at Overwatch, though.
Yeah.
Like there's
Like,
oh,
I'm
Okay.
sorry.
I'm so happy that
talk!
that's what I was doing. I was being Torbjorn. I had the best placement. I was killing everything. I was doing
I
my
got
job.
Torb, and I got 328 kills.
Nice.
That's how you do it.
Yeah, it's literally like, and also I was just like, I didn't hit any of my health until about 3/4 in
Play,
because I was just
till
like,
gets 328 kills. I'm still not sure if you're talking about this endless zombies mode or just regular play.
I love Torp's Viking skin.
Yes, that's
Ooh.
awesome.
I hate Reaper's Dracula skin.
I love
Yes.
Zaya skin.
Zaya skin
Zaya's
is the only thing I
great.
live for.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Zenyatta's skin is so good.
Yeah,
I love
It
it.
is good, but
Symmetra's
you know
is
my
great.
opinion.
Zenyatta's
Zenyatta has
finally
too
got,
many
like,
skins, and he is
good
not a
skin.
viable player anywhere.
Yes, he is.
He is so not.
Georgia just doesn't like Zenyatta.
If you have him as your second, you melt boys. I'm a
He is
Zenyatta
not a
main.
good second.
Woo! Zenyatta.
He is not a good second.
We're just gonna play Genji.
I would honestly, at this stage, prefer a Genji to a Zenyatta.
I've
Ouch.
got okay.
What
I
about
don't know.
Lucio? How do you feel about Lucio?
I love Lucius.
Lucio's good.
I'm trying to
Anna's
think, I think
useless.
Lucio and Mercy are getting slight changes or something to their wall runs and glides. I haven't looked into it, but I think that's the thing that's happening.
I'm just like
She doesn't
the
need to
thing.
glide anymore.
The thing with Lucio is I like.
Yeah, Mercy can no longer fly.
No,
No,
I
that
really
would
like.
be the opposite of what I want. I want Anna to be able to move, so all of them are viable options.
Yeah.
And I
My
want
my reason for
Zenyatta to have
Zenyatta not
more
being a
ability.
viable option, I play competitive.
Yeah.
He's just bad. All of the
competitive.
Zenyatas think that they, like all the Zenyatta mains,
Yeah.
because why would you pick something you're not maining in competitive? Why are you trying to ruin everyone's night?
Yeah.
You know, you can have multiple mains, that's fine.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying you need to, but just like be okay as a character.
Get to the point where you say Zenyatta's shit and I say no.
He is shit because
No.
all of them, every single Zenyatta goes off and is like, I'm going to be DPS. I'm like, literally?
Oh
Yeah,
no,
no.
that's bad.
That I have never experienced
What
one.
rank are you playing at?
Platinum right now?
What?
Yeah.
How is this happening in Platinum?
People are shit. And they
Wow.
keep, and I'm like, get off Zenyatta. I will not tell them in the group, like in the lineup, that, you know, you get a
Yeah.
chance to prove yourself, but never have they done it. And it's
think
like,
most of
Zenyatta
the
just
people
has too many
are
skins.
But this one's a really
No.
good skin.
This was
As a
like good.
Zenyatta main, I want all the skins.
Yeah, Zenyatta's too many. He didn't, like, the design
His
is
new
wonderful.
Skin with the gold balls. Ooh.
The design is beautiful for his Halloween skin. Good job. But that could have been done so much nicer on other characters.
Oh, Reaper with that would look fucking sick.
Yeah, that
actually.
would actually be really cool.
Yeah. Instead of the stupid Dracula and
Yeah.
But
Dracula's bad though.
we've got half this fucking lore thing happening now with Van Helsing and Dracula.
Yeah.
So there's some story we can glean.
I really
Doomfist.
love Van Helsing.
Doomfist has
Recruiting
nothing.
is
Yeah,
amazing.
Doomfist with that though. Like Lovecraftian.
Orisa.
See,
Orisa
I don't
Lovecraftian.
even think like they would fit though. Orisa I could see.
Doomfist just needs a skin.
Yeah,
That
Yeah.
doesn't
Yeah,
have
that'd be
literally
nice.
anything.
Well, because you see
Doomfist.
Doomfist, like
always said
Zenyatta
Doomfist.
has, it's also like weird implications. I know it's not canon because it's just Halloween, but it's got like weird implications because it's like actual tentacles which have like, he has like a physical brain underneath there and it's like stamped on. And I'm like, that's weird implications for Zenyatta. But you know, Doomfist, like his thing could be alternative. I have cool Lovecraftian plans for Doomfist.
I'd
Message
definitely
me,
get
Blizzard.
Fist.
You will see my
Oh,
design.
okay, well, imagine this. The Yasiraj-infused Garrosh as Doomfist. How cool is that?
Yeah, no, see, I didn't like that either.
You didn't like that? That was awesome! Doesn't matter. It's a WoW thing for
But
everybody
anyway,
who doesn't play WoW.
Anyway. Zenyatta.
Also, why don't we get Demon Diva from
I know, give her to
Heroes of
me.
the Storm in
Yeah.
there? That's fucking
Yeah,
weird
that's
to me.
true.
Oh,
Give her to me.
also, Symmetra looks cool.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
Symmetra
I love
looks cool.
Symmetras. It's awesome.
But
Looks like
like,
definitely.
Yeah, it does.
Divas is Deathwing. It like is.
Like, even the gun has, like, weird old god eyes on it. Like, it's a...
The mech has a chin.
Oh, the for divas.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The diva one is... I'm
Is
pretty sure
Deathwing,
it's straight
yeah.
up Deathwing, yeah.
yeah. But what do you think of? Okay, Mercy Main. What do
Yeah.
you want?
What do I want? Put it back.
Yeah.
But no, like I
So
made a
much.
point of pointing out to Ryan all the times where it stopped me from saving the team and winning the game. It's like my team's down, I was hiding. I'm like, I know my team's going down. Nothing I can do. They're not gonna move out of the Reaper and the Zaya. They really can't.
Yeah.
I could have like pushed us and won because I would have rezzed us. I had my res. Instead, I could res 2 people, and I kind of flew around screaming.
Yeah.
That's all I could do.
Yeah.
Like, it's a massive change, and I don't like it, but it's fine.
You'll
you know?
get used to it.
Yeah, it's like, I'm used to it now. I'm healing the same.
Yeah.
So, you know.
So what you're saying is I was right.
No. I hate it
It's
still.
just different.
It is different, but it's worse.
No, it's just different.
Because we didn't win that match, so it is different, because I know we would have won. If I had done a full team res, we would have won.
You just gotta change your playstyle.
But
It's the same reason
I
like-
did
I
the
like
maximum
loot
I
boxes.
could
It
is
just
the
makes you try
problem.
something
Yeah.
new.
I did the maximum I could with this new style, and I would like the option to not.
See, when I played Mercy, I was screaming because it's so much work.
It is, and people
No one
people
else
expect
has that much
more of
fucking
me
work.
now.
Yeah.
And also, I don't have room to
Abuse
chase after you.
happens.
Yeah, they're like, "Why didn't you res me?" I'm like, "The tank went down."
Yeah.
Why didn't you res me? And I'm like, "You? Who are you? I haven't seen you on the payload." So
Not gonna res you.
It
Yeah.
just makes me not want to be a healer. I'm just
I
like,
will
okay.
always
I
main
will
massive.
go fail as D.Va because you fucked her up. Thanks. For
Yeah.
no reason.
I'm just going to play my Lucio
Mm-hmm.
and just sit in that archway on Eldorado. It'll be great.
Yeah, I like Lucio. I do.
It'll just be my
I just play
bouncy ball.
Reaper on Dog now.
See, I don't mind Torbs because they stay put. And I can heal them. It's like
Oh,
I
I'm awful because I go get like parts for my armor and then just throw it out.
shoot
and I'm like,
you. Sometimes when they ask for healing and leave, I just shoot them.
Oh no, I always ask for healing when I'm in line of sight.
That's fine. That's
My
fine.
favourite thing about
Nothing wrong
Tourbillon
with
is
that.
that nobody else besides the Tourbillon can see the little things that are dropped, so there's Tourbillon just running around wildly.
Looks really weird. Yeah, I love him so much.
You're just like,
My
look at that
little
special guy.
Yeah.
Like, is Tourbillon delusional canon?
Yeah, like maybe.
Actually, his comic was pretty alright. He's
I
just
think
very
that-
efficient.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
true.
that he just has like one of those Sherlock minds where he just like sees
Oh,
the
yeah,
things in
okay.
parts.
Yeah.
Ah.
So it's actual just crap on the ground, and he's like, "Hey,
He's like, oh, my dead teammate.
yeah,
Here's some armor. And everyone's like,
Well, most of them have at least some metal parts. I'm struggling to think of
Just
one that
yank
doesn't
Genji's
have any.
exosuit off."
Ah.
Good!
Well, it's
no
the
more
future.
Genji.
What character? Yeah, what characters don't have metal parts? I suppose they all have guns. So
Some no, Symmetra's arm.
Not including weapons. Let's just go. Just ignore
not
weapons.
not including weapons.
I feel like
None
that
of
would
them.
give us
Zaya.
advantage.
they all have armor.
Zaya is the closest to no armor though.
Yeah, she's got
May.
like some
May.
metal plating.
Lucio.
May.
No, she's got
No, she's got like her backpack and
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh yeah,
Lucio's
but
pretty
are we
close.
including that as a weapon?
No, Lucio's whole legs are
Yeah,
fucking
he's-
Oh, right!
talking about.
He's got those spring boy
Fucked up.
skates.
He might not even have legs.
Yeah, we're unsure. Because it's like he has legs in the soccer skins, but you know, event skins aren't canon.
They confirmed
Some of
there's
Yeah,
specific
but that
characters that are amputees. They confirmed it in a thing. Lucio
Oh,
isn't.
okay.
Okay.
So he's got legs.
Yeah, he's got
Yeah.
legs. Has anybody else been
This
playing
got
any
really
other
long.
games?
Love Nikki. We
I
need to
love
talk
Nikki.
about
Love
Love
Nikki.
Nikki. It's Love Nikki time.
No, it's Divinity 2 time!
No, Love Nikki.
Divinity!
So, Love Nikki, I've
So
been playing it
Divinity, I've
and
been
it's
really
No!
enjoying it. I've been playing it,
It is
with,
Love Nikki time.
A few friends of mine, and oh my god, it's literally just D&D on a computer.
One of them messaged me and they were really angry with you because you deleted their save. Do you want to talk about that on the podcast?
Yeah, sure.
I was
Hello,
joking. You don't have
Number
to.
one fan. You know who you are.
He's been demoted.
Oh,
Has he? Who's the new number one fan?
Right.
right.
Oh right, yeah, of course.
Who drew us fan art?
Yeah.
Yeah.
ex number one fan. You know who you are. I just wanted to try it from the beginning my own way instead of having other people do their own shit because you're a loophole. Fuck you. I want loot.
Get wrecked.
Okay, in your defense, Scott stopped playing.
It doesn't matter.
No, sure he is. I'm pretty sure Scott stopped playing Ark with me because he was sick of me being bossy. Just because I know more about Ark.
I won't. I'm not gonna bitch about you on the podcast.
Me?
No, Scott.
Oh.
I'll do it after we start recording.
Great. You can talk about Divinity in the not thing now.
No, I'm just saying that it's a situation like that.
No, but Divinity is absolutely great.
Yeah, I really want to play it. It
Like,
looks
the
cool.
story is amazing. The classes are all just awesome. There's a shit ton of customization. Yeah.
Have you played Pillars of Eternity?
I probably have, but I
Okay.
don't remember.
I tried playing it and I couldn't get into it just because of the way it controlled. The problem is Divinity 2 looks a lot like it controls that way, but I really
played
want to play
Baldur's
Divinity
Gate?
2.
Yes, I
I've-
played it a little
not.
bit. It's
They're all
not
the
like
same.
that.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, okay.
No,
But
it's
that's
Baldur's
what I was
Gate's different?
imagining.
it is. Think Baldur's Gate, but a shit ton more accessible.
Okay.
It is.
Accessible is good. I need
It's
that.
super easy to get into. The controls
Okay.
are really simple. The combat is simple.
Is it click
but
to move or
fun.
WASD?
Click to move.
Okay.
So it's like a turn-based version of Diablo 3. Is
Yeah.
what I would peg it as.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Diablo 3 was very easy to game to get into. It was fun, and it's the same with Divinity.
Yeah.
10 out of 10 would recommend.
Yeah.
No one's paying me. Looking at you, IGN. Tying it all back in there.
Hell yeah.
What have you been playing, Ryan?
Me? Well, do you guys want to talk about Love Mickey
Oh,
first,
this is a
since you brought
Halloween
it up?
event, and
Yeah, they have lots of different events with lots of different mechanics.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
it's
that's what I like.
cool.
I
It's
also
just-
play a lot of Sudoku right
Yeah.
now.
It's a
And a lot of
mind-building game.
Like, you know the grid games where you have to put
Yeah,
the numbers
the,
2,
like-
2048?
Yeah.
2048. Yeah.
I got one of those games, but you make a city.
Oh,
Oh,
that's,
kind
cool.
of cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw you playing that. It's cool.
Yeah.
I love games that find like they take those real basic mechanics and then apply like a different theme and like have
Yeah.
that kind of cool stuff. I like
And
that.
like it gets harder. Like it's not just like you
Yeah.
have to get the biggest number. It's like here, like there's different stages with different worlds, and like
Yeah.
it's really cute.
Mm.
But that's like the only ones that I've been playing because I've been doing art.
Yeah, I've been
Yeah.
playing Ark.
We're getting to the crunch end of uni and stuff.
Yeah, we got
Except for those ones.
2 weeks.
I've been doing Prince for Supernova, which is
Yeah.
coming up on the 10th of November.
I've been doing both. It's my life is hell. Also, I've been playing
Guys,
Ark.
Stan Lee's gonna be there.
I know.
I'm not gonna see him.
But
We're
we'll
all just
be.
giving my dad a butt ton of money so he can go do it.
Oh, that's nice because unfortunately
'Cause-
it may be one of
Because
the last
Supernova
times.
also falls on his birthday, so
Oh,
his
that's
gift
so
is to go meet Stan
cute.
Lee. Which I think
That's
is a
cute.
fucking amazing gift.
It is,
Ah.
but
So
it's
guys,
very
take
expensive.
Yeah. It's.
wanna go meet
I'm
Stan
pretty
Lee
sure
for
he
that.
confirmed he's not going to be traveling overseas anymore after this.
No, this is
Supernova.
Yeah, he's
So-
old and he's lonely.
So,
You know.
so I think we win.
Yeah, except I don't win because I don't get anything signed by him.
Oh, you're just getting a photo.
No,
you
I don't
can-
have. I don't have enough. It's
Oh,
Like, just get something
$150.
signed by him then.
It's $150 still.
To sign.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
to
150,
see Jason
200.
Momoa at Oz Comic Con was $70, and I
Yeah.
think Stanley is upwards of 300 to get the signing and the photo.
Yeah. It's huge.
That sucks.
So all
It
those
makes me wonder where that money's going.
It goes
To
to
him.
him.
Yeah.
It's his
Yeah.
money.
Alright.
Well, they can charge. Also, Supernova is notorious for overcharging. Shit.
Oh yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's
badly.
Supernova. But the thing is, this will be a good turnout this year.
Yeah.
It's going to be really hectic.
Yeah. It'll be a fun work weekend for us.
But, all three of you that listen to it, come say hi.
Yeah.
Come say hi
Please.
to us.
You know the nugget deal.
Hey,
Yeah.
I've been trying really hard to expand the Nuggcast brand. I've been
Oh,
retweeting everything
good.
Excellent.
to
Good.
like the 20 people following
Yeah.
me on Twitter. But you know, it's something.
It's
We all
something.
get the notification. Oh, God.
I've been playing Ark.
Ark? Yeah, how's Ark going?
I've been soloing it because I haven't spoken about the saga.
The-
I logged in and was immediately punched. I turn around, his name is Adolf.
Oh, okay.
And I immediately decided, no, this is the server for me. Not because I am a Nazi, but because I am going to make the Nazis' lives hell.
Excellent.
I prevented them from building a base for 6 hours.
Oh my
Now, the
God.
thing is, this is maybe a form of griefing, yes, but why is there was 2 of them, Adolf and Hitler.
Yes.
Like, why? Why? So, you know, I spent 6 hours. I was doing other things while I was doing it, you know, watching things, drawing things, you know, playing Love Nikki mainly. But, yeah, I was ruining these Nazis' lives, and then I was kidnapped by someone else
Oh.
who was also fighting the Nazis. And they kidnapped me and put me in a cage. And see, I have this, like, strategy where I play as a girl, but I make it very obvious that a man made this. Like, so I got big old boobs and I'm blonde and I'm just, like, I'm not realistically a woman.
Yeah.
But I still want to play a girl because I like to trick people into thinking I'm a guy so they don't harass me. And typically people think I'm 12 because they can't really tell. Like,
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this is a high voice, but it's not that high. This is a 12-year-old. They found out I was a girl because I, you know, I don't hide it on my Steam page. And I decided to, you know, that's fine. We're friends. They kidnapped me. I escaped. So then, long story short, we made friendly, and they spent the next 4 hours kidnapping me, drugging me, and making weird sexual grossness at me. So then I leveled their base. Yeah.
Your face at the
Yeah.
moment.
It's like, they were being gross. I made friends with the tribe leader, and he was like, yeah, I just can't control these two. And I'm like,
Let me fix that for you.
yeah. And they really wanted some of my land. The initial problem they had with me is because we were neighbors, and they wanted to expand, but my base foundation of my actual house was blocking them. Wasn't a gate or anything. So I decided that I should expand in the space that I can.
Yeah.
And I blocked it out so they couldn't even rebuild. They claimed that they had another base and this was not their real base. But they were unable to retaliate, so it was not the case.
Yeah.
I took them from the server. And that's all I need to say is don't fuck with people, otherwise they're gonna level your base, you pieces of shit.
So what I'm hearing now is you
Arc
have
is going well.
practically an entire empire to take on the Nazis.
Yeah, no, I'm alone.
Oh.
I'm a solo player right now. It's just I
Wait,
don't
what?
have time to be in a tribe. I don't have time.
Yeah, just got to do work.
Yeah, well, I play Arc, and I'll go on for 20 minutes, and I'll hop off.
Yeah.
You know?
It's not really a game you can play 20 minutes when you're doing online.
No. When I'm doing the, like, when you're in a tribe, they're like, we need to do this, we're taming, and I'm like, no. I'm gonna just slowly build this base. That's all. If I get raided, I get raided. Don't care that much. It's not what, right now. I always build my bases really extravagantly, so it's really hard to
Just
raid
like,
them.
Yeah.
And it's just not worth it. So I pump all my resources into the base.
Yeah, like you're not storing anything.
No, it's just super not worth raiding me. But it's fun. And it's a good... It's just a good game to watch shows too.
Cool.
That's
And
good.
the Halloween
I
event
like
is
those
coming, so I'll get little
games.
witchy hats for Madonnas. The best.
God.
Also, we forgot to talk about Pokemon Go and how I called it.
Okay. Yeah, Pikachu's getting a witch hat.
Yeah.
Pikachu's
Yes.
gonna whip chat. The
Gen 3.
Gen 3 is coming.
Yeah.
yeah,
So
what?
we don't know if it's just
yeah,
the ghosts,
I
or we
forgot.
don't know if it's. It could
I
be
think
all the
it's-
Pokemon, but
I think it's my idea.
Where it's just
Yeah.
the ghost and then the
yeah, it's
yeah,
just the
and then
ghosts,
November
and they release
1st,
the
here we
rest.
have all the boys. That's my...
Yeah, because it's a short event. It only goes from 26th to the 1st. That's what it
It's
did
5
last year,
days,
anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Ryan has something to talk about. I
Yep.
won't spend too long on it, but I was
not gonna do
procrastinating work.
spoils.
Yeah, I'm not going to do spoilers. I've been procrastinating work, and so I decided the best way to do that is to play Dishonored: Death of the Outsider, which I got for my birthday and didn't get a chance to play.
You
How's
are
it?
welcome.
Very good. I'm really enjoying it. There's a lot of things that I like. I'm like, yeah, this is really cool. I like the characters. I had some gripes with the ending, but obviously I can't discuss it because it's real spoilery.
I
But-
think we're allowed to discuss Dishonored 2 at this point.
Oh no,
this is the-
It's a
like-
DLC, yeah.
But the
like,
DLC only came out less than a month
Yeah, I
ago.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it... don't answer if it's going to be a big spoiler. Does it give us any idea of which is the canon ending?
So I do know the canon ending just because I was on the wiki afterwards, and the canon ending was revealed in a comic they released.
Oh, okay.
So the canon ending is that I'm just
People can look it up
if you want
Emily
to
does the
spoil it.
low chaos ending. I'm not going to say what happens. Emily,
Okay. Yeah.
like
Okay,
the
yeah.
protagonist is Emily, and she does the low chaos ending.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Which is also just so happens to be what I specifically did the first time I played, so that's
Nice.
happy about that. But yeah, it actually barely references what happened in Dishonored 2. It's a very separate thing.
Yeah,
There's
it's
some
very
little things that are
Expand alone is the.
yeah, it's an expand alone, so it's technically you don't even have to own Dishonored 2. It's its own game entirely.
Oh shit, that's cool.
Kind of like Fortnite's Battle Royale.
Yeah. And so there's
It's called PUBG. You mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
PUBG.
Fortnite's PUBG.
They might as well have the same name.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really cool. The only thing that I would say is if you're midway through playing Dishonored 2, probably don't play Death of the Outsider just because it kind of ruins
also
one of
that
the
would be a
reveals.
weird move.
It's like after Dishonored 2 happens.
Yeah,
isn't it?
it's
So, yeah,
100%
best.
after Dishonored 2.
Yes,
Yeah.
Play it afterwards.
Yeah, exactly. So play it afterwards.
Yeah, that'd be
It's the
weird.
best way to do it. But it's, yeah.
Don't
I
go
will take
fucking
your
up time, you
suggestion.
hear?
Yeah.
Because they advertise, it's like, oh, play this, and then it's like, oh, go, like, it's got an advertisement, it's like, also play Dishonored 2. It's like, no, you probably should have played Dishonored 2. But
Then
it's,
they have to advertise it somewhere.
Well,
Yeah.
Dishonored 2's been out for a while.
And also, I think it's like they made it an expand alone because they wanted, it's slightly cheaper, it's more accessible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but yeah, it's a satisfying conclusion to Dowd's story, which is really cool. I'm glad we got that. And then there's just I love all the stuff about the Outsider. Like, there's just some really
That was
cool
my
stuff.
I've only played the first Dishonored, but that was my favourite part.
Oh yeah, you haven't played Dishonored 2? Oh, you will love Dishonored 2. He is such a, they up the
bigger role.
ante. Yeah, well, they kind of just up the ante with him a
Don't-
lot as well. Like, he, literally, he will just pull you into the void and just start walking around and teleporting, and he'll be, striking a pose and just, saying some, ridiculous shit,
Have
and
you
you're
seen
like,
or
this
read
is
the
awesome.
Lorax?
Yeah, he reminds me of the Lorax!
No, the Onceler.
The Onceler?
Yeah.
Yeah. I see,
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna enjoy this.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a very awesome character, and in Death of the Outsider you get some really interesting story, and you get to see him kind of in a different light, and I really liked that. It was very cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, and it wasn't as ham-fisted as you would think it would be, which is good. It's like, oh, he's actually a good guy, because throughout the game he's very chaotic neutral. Just very chaotic neutral. But he does. He's bored. He's
That
a
sounds
bored
like fun.
child. He's obviously very young. When you
Yeah,
see him,
okay,
he's
but
young.
he's not that young.
No, he's not a child, but he's essentially
Okay.
yeah, he's childish.
But
Yeah.
now you've got me.
Oh, I
thinking
just
of
remembered
season
where
three
I'm up to in
movies.
Dishonored, just like the normal Dishonored.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I'm not that far. I am way above that. I was just remember that I played a bunch and I got further away than the other one I was talking about. Yeah.
I just like to live in the Golden Cat.
It's a good area.
It's so fucking good. That's where I'm up to.
Ah,
Literally where I'm up to. I just got the end of that.
yeah. There we go. So that's the Nuggcast. Hey Georgia,
Yeah.
where can people find us?
They can find us at the Nugbox on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. And if you want to find the Nugcast specifically, you can hit us up on iTunes, SoundCloud, or anywhere else you can get a podcast except Spotify, because they won't let us.
Why?
Because we're not big enough.
Oh, okay.
Like
Yeah.
us.
Need to be a big deal.
Share.
You want to see us on Spotify?
Yeah.
Prove it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, iTunes. Give us reviews on iTunes. It makes it
Please.
easier for people to find our podcast.
And don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube, because that's where we post a lot of content. We do
There's so
weekly,
much cool
yeah.
stuff happening over
We
on
do
YouTube.
weekly news bits. Well, most of us have personal channels. Some of them are on hiatus, some of them aren't. Yeah, we just do some cool things. Co-op games, all sorts of memes.
Yeah.
Soon we'll have an EB Expo thing. Eventually we'll have an EB Expo thing.
It's not that important. This is to be honest,
It's just a cool video.
Most of the games that were there are
Yeah.
out.
Hey Chris, where can people find you?
Guys, you can find me at Out of the Shed on Facebook and Twitter. I'm much more active on Twitter, at least I think I am. I feel like I am.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
really see you post on Facebook, so
Facebook's more for like the big announcements
yeah,
and stuff.
your updates and stuff.
Yeah. So find me there. Go play some games. There are links to the most recent one that I worked on, Legacy. It was a 24-hour challenge. I had a lot of fun making that one. I'm really happy with
With the results.
Thank you, Georgia. Talking too fast. Yeah.
Cool.
And with uni wrapping up soon, there's actually a new game.
There'll be time.
There will be a new game on the Google Play Store. Will be. I'm setting it
Oh,
up
yeah.
now for that. But yeah, so new game on the Google Play Store in max 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Because that needs to be assessed.
And Gaben, where can we find you?
Praise me!
I am Galaxy Sword on Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, and Twitter. And I'm pretty sure I have Galaxy Sword Art is my YouTube. You can find me as a side bitch on George's channel.
Yeah?
And I'll be posting a bunch of art soon because it's my job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and Bad Dog's coming out soon. But
Ooh.
don't know if we're going to win the award or not, so.
I will
Better.
fight someone.
Yeah.
And when they go to sue you, how will they find you?
Yeah, well, if you want to sue me or, send me money, anything you want to do, you can
I'm up
find
for
me.
anything.
Yeah, like,
That's
honestly.
good publicity.
Yeah, do it.
Nowadays, seems to be.
Honestly, Todd,
Call
I've
out.
made several mods.
Come at me.
Not true.
I did actually make a mod for Skyrim.
Yeah, and it's illegal.
Hey, Georgia, where can I find you?
You can find me at Georgia on pretty much everything, but I'm super active on, I was gonna say YouTube, usually on YouTube, but just Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, and like me on Facebook too, it's fun.
Yeah.
But I do gaming videos and just videos about cute shit and art. Soon I'll have a link for where you can buy my art online, but we'll see.
That would be cool.
Yeah, I don't know what site I'm using it.
We both gotta work that out, hey?
Yeah.
Because there's some reforms that have happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ryan, where can they find you? Oh, thank you, Ryan. So you can find me. I've started trying to become more on Twitter, so you can follow me at Nerox42. Otherwise, I'm on YouTube as Neroxium. I upload mostly Let's Plays. I've got a new series that I'm doing, which is called Free to Game, which is
It's a really good
which is
series.
fun.
It's his best content. I would suggest watching that if you're gonna watch anything on his channel.
That's fair.
Find him in my sidebar.
Yeah. Also, I did a thing talking about the IGN Humble thing. I don't know if I'll do rants like that in the future, but if you like it, let me know, because it's just me ranting and I kind of like it. So, yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Have a cool time. 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 Time.